Hello, mathematicians. This is the video for Home Connections, page 33 and 34. At the end, I'll show all of the answers, so make sure that you either do your homework with the video, pausing as you go, giving your brain a chance to think, or do the homework all on your own. At the end, check your answers, and if you do get something wrong and you don't know why, that's a great time to go back to that part of the video and watch it for a good explanation. All right, number one, solve these problems in your head. All right, I'm going to use these as extended facts. So I'm going to look at the basic fact. 1 times 3 is 3, a 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. Next one, 2 times 3 is 6, a 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. 3 times 3 is 9, a 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. This one's a little bit different. I'm going to say, what times 3 is 12? So I'm kind of ignoring that 0. And I know that 4 times 3 is 12. A 0 in the answer means I need a 0 in the problem. 5 times 3 is 15. A 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. 6 times 3 is 18. A 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. 7 times 3 is 21. A 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. All right, moving down. 1 times 3 is 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 in the problem, 3 in the answer. 1, 2, 3, comma. 1 times 3 is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in the problem, 4 in the answer. 1, 2, 3, comma. What times 3 is 3? And I know the answer is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in the answer means I need 5 in the problem. 1, 2, 3, comma. And the last one in this row, 1 times 3 is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in the problem, 6 in the answer. Starting at the ones place, 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. All right, explain any strategies you used to make it easier. I'm going to say I found the basic fact. So that would be the fact kind of without those zeros, things that kids are supposed to have memorized and hopefully will by the end of the year. So I found the basic facts. Then I balanced the zeros in the problem and the answer. And of course, you can have a different explanation, and that would be just fine. All right. Moving on. Solve these problems in your head. All right, same thing, guys. 1 times 4 is 4, a 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. 2 times 5 is 10. Now be careful because 10 ends in a 0. So you might want to say it like this. 1 extra in the problem, 1 extra in the answer. 3 times 7 is 21. A 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. 4 times 2 is 8. A 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. 5 times 5 is 25. A 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. 6 times 4 is 24. A 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. All right, let's keep moving. 7 times 5 is 35. A 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. 8 times 4 is 32. A 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. 9 times 5 is 45. A 0 in the problem, a 0 in the answer. 1 times 8 is 8. 2 in the problem, 2 in the answer. 1 times 9 is 9. 3 in the problem, 3 in the answer. 1, 2, 3, comma. 6 times 8 is 48. 1 in the problem, 1 in the answer. Okay. 3 times 6 is 18. 2 in the problem, 2 in the answer. 1, 2, 3, comma. 5 times 5 is 25. 2 in the problem, 2 in the answer. 1, 2, 3, comma. 6 times 9 is 54. 2 in the problem, 2 in the answer. 1, 2, 3, comma. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 in the problem, 2 in the answer. 1, 2, 3, comma. 7 times 4 is 28. 2 in the problem, 2 in the answer. 1, 2, 3, comma. All right, this last one, don't get this wrong. 8 times 5 is 40, and that 0 is part of the basic fact. So we need 2 extra in the problem, 2 extra in the answer. So kids and adults that are not quite sure might say, there's only 2 zeros in the problem, but there's 3 zeros in the answer. That's because this 0 is part of the basic fact, and we need 2 more in addition to that. 1, 2, 3, comma. All right, let's go on to page 34. The area of this rectangle is 240 square centimeters. So something times something equals 240. One side is 12. What's the length of the other side? All right, we can totally do this. Very similar to what we were just doing. 12 times something equals 24. So I'm just ignoring that 0. Well, I know that 12 times 2 is 24. A 0 in the answer means I need a 0 in the problem. Now, I think that the missing side is 20. Let me label it centimeters. But let's go ahead and write it as an equation. So 12 times 20, and it's supposed to equal 240. Let's make sure that it does. So we would say 12 times 2 is 24. And then we would say a 0 in the problem. So we need a 0 in the answer. Yes, 12 times 20 is 240. So we're going to write 240. Nope, sorry, we're going to write 20 because that's asking what's the length of that missing side. And we're going to label it centimeters. 12 centimeters times 20 centimeters equals 240 square centimeters. And we're going to talk about area a lot this year. All right, Sonia measured the cover of a library book. The length was 10, the width was 5. Which equation represents how to find the area? So again, area is length times width. So 10 times 5. So it looks like it's this one. All right, complete the ratio table. We're going to talk about this in class. Actually, today, depending on when you watch this video. All right, so if we double the top, that means we need to double the bottom. So that's going to be 62. Take a look at this next one. If we multiply the top by 10 or add a 0, that means we need to multiply the bottom by 10 or add a 0. Oh, hold on. I got to answer this phone call. I'm recording a video. I'm going to call you right back. Okay, that was Mr. Jensen on the phone. All right, so we have, let's see, if we triple 31, we get 93. So that means we need to triple this, okay? I can see that we've added a 0 here, so I'm going to add a 0 to that. I'm going to kind of jump back to back here. Do you guys see this one? If you add a 0, you get 10. So take this and add a 0 to get what goes there. So I'm kind of using all the things earlier in this ratio table to figure out some other parts of this ratio table. All right, for 5, oh, this is such a good one. This is so good. If I put 2 and 3 together, does that equal 5? Yes. So I'm going to put this and this together to get what goes right there. So I'm going to do a little addition problem off to the side. And I get 155 as my answer. And finally, for this last one, notice that this answer is exactly what this one is, but with a 0 after it. So I'm going to put a 0 after that. All right, so I used a lot of stuff earlier in the ratio table to figure out some stuff later in the ratio table. All right, here we go. 9 times 9 is 81. 2 in the problem, 2 in the answer. 1, 2, 3, comma. 4 times 12 is 48. 2 in the problem, 2 in the answer. 1, 2, 3, comma. 8 times 9 is 72. 2 in the problem, 2 in the answer. 1, 2, 3, comma. 6 times 12 is, let's see, 5 times 12 is 60, so 6 times 12 is 72. 2 in the problem, 2 in the answer. 7 times 11 is 77. 2 in the problem, 2 in the answer. 1, 2, 3, comma. 8 times 8, will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? 2 in the problem, 2 in the answer. 2, 3, comma. And finally, 8 times 12 is 96. 2 in the problem, 2 in the answer. 1, 2, 3, comma. All right, let's go over all of the answers quickly. And if you got something wrong, definitely go back and take a look at what you got wrong. All right, here's page 33. And here are the answers to page 34. All right, kids, I am going to go call Mr. Judson back, and I will see you in class.